Hello everyone, welcome to From the Void, episode 13, a show all about Eternal and our experiences with the game. With me as always is Bassoon. How are you?
Hey man, good morning. How's it going?
It's going good, and I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Navillus, this voice you're hearing. Yes, it's me. But Bassoon, introduce our guest. We have an awesome guest today. I'm excited to have them from across the oceans. Go ahead. Introduce him.
Here we have, joining us from across the Atlantic freaking ocean, all the way from England, top 4 worlds placer in the Eternal Tournament series. Do you have the most series points last year, or just like?
I believe I'm still the record holder for a single season.
You're the record holder for invitational points in a single season. You are the Grenadin God, SPG, teammate and friend. SecondBlue is here. Good morning, SecondBlue. I guess good afternoon to you. How's it going, buddy?
Yeah, good afternoon to everyone. Yeah, it's going good. It's going good. It's pretty chilly here. We're all hatted up, but other than that, yeah, it's real good. Yeah, excited to be here.
Awesome. I wish we had the fur hat from set 5, that Marley hat.
You missed off the achievements, so we're still Team League champions as well.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they got cancelled this year, so we're just reigning champions until they do it again.
Let them work champions forever. That would be so sick.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Did you ever? I meant to ask you. Did you ever order? We won a mouse pad from Inked Gaming for doing that, and you said that you were mad that it didn't have like customization denoting our status as Team League champions, and you were gonna get a custom one made. Did you ever do that?
Yeah, no, I haven't done that yet. I technically have another mouse pad that I should get from Worlds, but I haven't claimed any of them yet. I should have a few.
Right,
yeah, no, it's not that I
for more mouse pads.
Yeah, it's not that I'm ungrateful for it at all. I just I think if I'm gonna get one, I'll get my own that I like customize a bit, like with my name on it and stuff.
I like it. I like having the trophy that denotes the time we spent as friends.
Nice. So you two are what? Are you two teammates, right? On SPG?
Yeah, we're both on SPG.
Okay,
cool. We were both on our specific little quadrant of SPG on the last Team League season.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we were on the second team, the beta team, but we.
SecondBlue will never let it die that he was on the backup team that won.
Yeah, I was on holiday for a month, and I got back, and they're like, "Yeah, you're on the second team." I was just like, and then we 6-0'd them.
They did not win a single game. That's if you go in my chat and use exclamation point hi Tony, you'll hear him swearing at us after not winning a game, and it's very fun.
I will have to check that out. I'm gonna go do that after this show. That's great. That's great. So all right, let's move on to our week in Eternal. We had the new set Defiance drop, which has been freaking amazing. I've been loving it so far. Just opening packs, seeing new cards. I'm just like, oh, what is this? And just like reading them. I've been having a good time. So Bassoon, how's your week in Eternal been?
Man, I've just been playing a ton of new and really bad decks. Like my whole week has just been throwing random new cards into decks and losing to Fire Justice Shadow cards.
Yes.
So I feel like I've said this before, but I feel like the more cards that like get added into the game, we've got like a few thousand cards right now, right? We're 2,000 plus at this point, I think.
Yeah, or something like that. It's pretty ridiculous.
Every set is going to have a little less impact every time, I think. So everyone's brewing really wacky, crazy stuff, and I think the best stuff is already in the game. Maybe.
I can see that.
Sites are cool though.
Yeah, sites are really cool. We'll talk about those in a second. SecondBlue, how's your week in Eternal been?
Yeah. So initially, like, it's just like best way to get cards. Hit draft. So I just drafted exclusively for like 3 days. The first day of drafting, I was just like blown away. I was just like, these Rakano cards are insane. So I literally just exclusively drafted Rakano, like hit rank 3 or something. And that was pretty insane. And then day 2 was like, Rakano's like still insane, but everyone else has figured out Rakano's insane. So I'm competing for Rakano cards. So I was like, trying to mix things up, experiment a bit, dropped quite a few ranks because of that. And then day 3, I finally figured out that like the time stuff is also really good. But yeah, for me, Defiance has been really nice in draft. Some people don't like it as much as Set 4 draft because we've lost the tribute and nightfall mechanics from the draft packs, but I really like it. I think most of Defiance set, there isn't many things that are just completely unplayable. So the draft packs are actually quite of good quality. You don't usually get stuck with stuff that's just, you can't put in a deck. So yeah, it's been good games. It's been good.
Fixing is also insane in draft.
Yes. I've drafted like 9 multi-faction fixing in one deck.
I actually was playing draft this morning, and I drafted a 4-faction deck and was not influence screwed a single time.
Wow.
In all 6 of the games I played. The deck was bad, so I went 3-3. But I was not influence screwed a single time. Yeah,
on top of all the tokens, you've got Trailmaker in the format. You've got a new Bannerman who just gives you any influence as a 2-drop. And there's even a couple of spells and stuff that give you an additional influence on top of their effect. So yeah, it's influence is generally fine. You just have to get the right balance of cards and stuff. And there's even some relic deck synergies as well.
True.
Oh man, I've heard some Arachnidon egg memes are hot right now.
Yeah, I had 6 in one draft, so I was just shaking.
What's the most you ever had in play at once?
I had 3 in play at once, and I had like a Lethray Courtier. So when you play an egg, he draws a power. So then you get the power to activate it, and you just keep you chain eggs. It's great.
Oh, it's like an Ouroboros. That sounds insane.
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, let's see. My week in Eternal, I've been just messing around. I think I was stuck in Diamond 2 for a couple days since like the set release. Just messing with things. I was like, oh, I'm gonna throw this card in a deck. I'll throw this card in the deck, and just going around doing things, seeing new decks, seeing trying not to really craft too much, just because. And then and that's until I found out about a certain site card that I crafted a couple of them because it's just really good and having lots of fun with it. But I just been messing around in Diamond 1 right now. Still I did move up a rank, FJS. That got me there with, I guess it's Cho, the dragon that gives you, that's a new legendary.
Yeah.
That card is fun to play with. Not so much playing him as like, a 7 cost 6/6 body, but just for the draw the card ability, just the fate ability, and then also you can merchant that dragon away, bring it back. You can do all kinds of like interesting things with it just to keep drawing cards. And if you do play it, it's a flying 6/6 body that does stuff when it attacks. So I mean, there's really no downside to having that card. It's not like I'm trying to think, is it like a great card? It's borderline, I think, but I think it's just a really good card, and it's a solid just to keep a draw engine going in your deck. And so because you're never like really sad to draw it because you're going to draw a card that turn probably or later on. So I've been having fun. Go ahead.
It depends. It might be a little too top heavy, and there are metas where you can't just spend your turn drawing cards and then play a 7-mana 6/6. So but it's definitely good. It's really strong.
Yeah, because I've been playing the I think Aether Llama's list, which has 8 merchants in it, and so like there's not, if you need a black market it away, you can like pretty much any time during the game, and so that helps too. That helps. So when it's like a dead draw against aggro, you can get something lower cost out of the black market to help you in the game. But I agree though, it could be too top heavy, but it's fun playing with it right now, and it's a decent card.
Yeah, for sure, and it also has a bit of skill attached to it when you actually decide to attack with it. I see people just like use the full amount of their power to attack rather than like you could spend half of it and then draw a bit, like because you might not be at a stage of the game where you can then like play 4 treasure troves the following turn.
Exactly. And the whole thing is with that card, like every time I play it, if I actually play the dragon, like it's always killed like on the next turn. They don't let me attack with it, so I've cast it probably about 10 times, and like they've never let it live for me to attack, and I'm just like, I just want to like have that choice.
You've
You know?
never attacked with Zoe?
I haven't. I have. They've killed it every time I play it. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna play this. They kill it. I'm like,
Is that in the Skycrag or the FJS?
that's the FJS. FJS.
Oh, really? Because I think the Skycrag has a bit of a problem where it doesn't have any units before Zoe that are worth killing, so they're holding their removal. But the FJS should have enough units to absorb removal before you drop it. Like it's got Vara and cards like that. So
I just think they've always had like, I'll be playing like Rizon or other, and they won't have that. Like if this is not the same game, but in other games, those will live. But when I play Cho, it just seems like they always have removal for Cho. Maybe I'm just not playing enough units, or my draw was bad. I have to go back and review and think about it. But it's just kind of funny how my luck has been playing that card. And so I'm like, well, it eats a removal. Then I play Rizon the next turn. I'm okay, or it's not bad.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not good. So, anything else you want to say, Bassoon, about that card or anything?
No, I do want to say that I think the way that Direwolf has made and balanced the fate mechanic is so interesting and makes cards like kind of hard to evaluate. Just that a card that you can get value off of just by drawing it rather than having to play it, like Jotun Hurler or Zoe now, is such an interesting and cool mechanic, and I think there's a lot of ways to explore that.
Mm-hmm.
It's easily broken. They've been, I think they're a little conservative with fate as a mechanic because that seems like crazy to break.
Mm-hmm. And they haven't printed any new Echo cards either. Like with the additional merchants, you know how strong Echo cards could be if there are good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's jump into our news so we can talk maybe a little bit about draft in our topic section and anything else SecondBlue wants to talk about. So, for the news, here we go. Let me pull it up here. They've made a little bit of a change to the veteran package. There's a new card back now for closed beta players. The Scion card back, and so what do you guys think of
card
this?
back, SecondBlue?
Oh, I'm just a diamond for me on that one.
We're both diamond. Let's go, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because they said that gold was better, and I had gold, and then they took it away from me.
On the topic of this card back existing, like, sure, good job if it makes people less mad about that.
It's very nice.
Yeah. Cool. Have fun with your new closed beta card back. I don't care.
Yeah. I think there's enough optional card backs that us who aren't closed beta players, like we can just play a different card back and not feel bad about it. Like, and they get to have that really cool card back for sticking with the game so long. It's fine.
And the reason they did this to make it more exclusive, because I did believe they had an exclusive card back for the closed beta players, but that kind of got released to everyone, I think. And then so they did this to make it, I guess, more exclusive for the closed beta players. And so it's cool that they listen to player feedback and just and respond pretty quickly with it. So, but it's a cool card back. I'm rocking it right now. It's cool to look at, but there's a bunch of cool card backs. I probably will switch it around because it's just they're very generous with it getting the card back, so I like it. All right, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, the swiftness of their releasing it after they changed things up means that they already kind of had it planned, I feel, because but there was definitely a few days where people were unhappy, and they could have just like told people that it was coming out anyway, rather than leave those players as unhappy for a few days.
Yes. Maybe it's like all part of their strategy, like get people unhappy and then like, oh, look what we did for you. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like a stepdad. It's called the stepdad method of marketing, where
Next
you just show
stepping.
up with a present every once in a while.
Yes. And so, all right, let's move on to the next thing here. We have a new promo card. Yes, I'm excited about this promo card. It is, let's see here. It is, what is it called? Just a regular Jotun, or Hotan. I don't know how do you pronounce that. Anyway, but Bassoon, SecondBlue, what do you think of this card? Oh, we should read what it does real quick. How about that? That'd be a good thing, right? Okay.
Please tell us what it does, Navillus.
It is 6 cost, 3 primal influence, 6/6. It says when Justa takes damage and survives, sacrifice it to play a 1/1 Yeti Spy, a 2/2 Yeti Snowchucker, and a 3/3 Slush Dumper. All right, take it away.
Well,
This is the most I have ever loved a bad card.
yeah, the artwork alone is so great. You've got a couple of characters in the background that I didn't notice before. Do you know who they are?
Let
No.
me pull up the picture.
There's an old dude on the back left, and on the back right there's a red-haired woman.
Oh, yes. I know. I love the art of this card, though. It is so cool.
No, I don't know who they are.
Hmm.
All right, chat,
All right.
listeners, viewers of the From the Void podcast, pull up just a regular Jotun. Look in the background. Anybody who can discover who these mysterious figures are in the background, please let us know.
Yeah, could the guy on the left be Feast Caller, maybe? I'm not sure.
I'm going to pull up Jotun Feast Caller now. We're doing some real-time...
Oh, man. We are discussing here. It's
Well, let's talk about... I do love the flavor of that there are, like, just 3 Yetis stacked on top of each other in a trench coat, and when you hit them, they fall down.
Yes.
On my stream yesterday, when they announced the card, I actually put up a picture of just a regular Jotun and Vincent Adult Man from BoJack Horseman side by side, and just left them next to each other for the rest of the stream.
Oh, wow.
This actually does kind of look like Jotun Feast Caller, SecondBlue.
Yeah, I think it might be. He's got the horns and the beard. Yeah, interesting. I'm not sure about the red-haired lady there. That could be... I don't think it's Bren. I might be wrong.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But, so if you can figure that out, please let us know. Go to our From the Void Discord. You can let us know in there. But it's a cool card. I want to just play with it just for flavor. I just want to see it sacrifice going 3. I don't know. I'll throw it in something that plays primal decks just to have fun with it and throw it out there.
Yeah, there's quite a few triple primal stuff going around now. I don't think it's competitive though. I think it's fun though. It's definitely fun.
Although, if you do crack this guy open with a Wump Out, you do get to draw a snowball and a card immediately. So that's fun.
Yeah.
So,
that dead... Yeah, that is a thing that happens. Was the perfect response to what I said.
Exactly.
So hopefully, maybe you'll draw another one of them.
Well, exactly.
You can just cycle them forever.
Oh man! All right. Anyway, you can get this during the promo period. Ends January 2nd, so make sure you get your ranked battles in and to get this, so you can get 4 of them. If you miss it, you can craft it, but you should just get it for free. It'd be the best thing to do. Anyway, Let's move on to the next thing we have here. Pulling it up right now. I'm just gonna throw our logo up. Actually, I forgot to put something on the screen, but you can. I found this on Reddit. I want to talk about it. This is the community store update that was posted by Scarlatch on Reddit, on the Eternal Reddit post, and he just talked about that they tried to get it before the end of the year, but there were some things along the way that kind of got held up. Obviously, they're releasing a new set, so that might have taken a little bit of their time. And but they said they hope to have the influence store or the community store up in January sometime. So what do you think about this? Because we've heard about this and it went like kind of radio silence for a little bit, and now this post just popped up from Scarlight saying they do have it. It's going to be after the holidays take place.
Yeah, I mean, I spend a fair amount of time on Twitch. It's kind of a running meme in Twitch chat about like the expectance of this store. A lot of us just gave up prior to before Scarlet said anything recently. We were just like, yeah, it's just
I have a theory that there
there
is no influence store, and we've actually just been mining Bitcoin for Direwolf Digital this whole time.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for it. Yeah, apparently they might have a hard time balancing the prices as well. That's what I've heard, which is going to be tricky because there's some people who have been clicking on influence for I guess 3 months now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I mean, it came out in October, I think.
yeah, I haven't been like doing it so much, but I've definitely done a lot. And yeah, I'll be interested to see like how expensive they'll make stuff because there could be people who could just buy it out of the store instantly on day one.
Yeah. This economy, it's weird to balance an economy around people who have been hoarding currency for 3 months before
Yeah,
the economy even exists.
because if they make it too expensive accounting for those people, then anyone who's new doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a tough
Although
one.
I do trust this company to come up with like creative solutions to problems because every time we think that we've like predicted how they're going to handle like some perceived problem in game balance or the game going forward, they surprise me. Like who expected markets?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I have faith, but yeah, the longer it takes, the worse it gets in that way. But yeah, I mean, it'll be cool. I think there's a lot of hype around what's going to be in it, and I think people might be a little disappointed, but overall, I'll be happy with it.
Yeah. I am mostly just upset that people are going to be asking me questions about the influence store in my Twitch chat for another month.
Oh wow! Oh wow! All right, let's move on here because we're all just speculating and it's just it's
Yeah,
going
what
down.
more can we do?
Oh man! So all right, let's go into our topic section. SecondBlue, tell us about yourself. We kind of do this with every guest every week.
Okay.
Tell us about yourself, your card game history, how you got into Eternal, and then we'll go into anything you want to talk about. So go ahead.
Yeah, I guess my card game history isn't that rich, to be honest. I picked up Hearthstone a few years ago and played it quite a bit. I enjoyed the game. Was always a high rank.
What was your class in Hearthstone?
Probably Paladin was my most played, but I played a bit of everything. Had like the majority of the cards, etc.
Were you one of those DGen secret paladin players, you monster?
Yeah, I played Murloc Paladin a decent amount as well. That was fun.
Wow.
And this was not like the aggressive version though. This was the one where you would pay 10 and get like a ton of Murlocs. And
Yeah, I remember that card. I forget what it was called, but I remember that
yeah,
card.
yeah. So I was never really an aggro player as such. But yeah, and then Kripparrian like put a video out about Eternal going back about 14, 15 months now. And yeah, that's the first time I'd ever heard of Eternal. So I picked it up and was getting a bit fed up with Druid Stone at the time. So this was the time when Druid was like super oppressive. And yeah, I just switched to Eternal pretty much. And never played in any tournaments before. Started this year. Like got top 8 in my first 3, and I was like, yeah. Then got invited to SPG, and it all went from there.
You got second in your first tournament that I saw you enter, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that was the biggest one so far as well. There was like 128 people on that one. So yeah, I was quite happy with that. I didn't entirely know what I was doing. Like just tried my best, and it worked out. It was great. So yeah, now I've just been part of SPG for about 9 months, or maybe longer. Yeah, probably about 12 months now, actually. And yeah, just really enjoying everything. I try to build decks and stuff and put them out. I'm someone who won't build meme decks a lot of the time. I generally try and make the most competitive things I can. Probably more of a deck refiner than an actual deck builder. And
also, the best Gauntlet player in the history of this game, let me tell you.
Yeah, I do play a lot of Gauntlet.
So why do you play Gauntlet? Do you just do it to preserve your ranked spot? Do you do it because you just like testing decks against like a known field?
Yeah, I feel like it's faster for me to test a deck in Gauntlet because I get to play a lot more games, see how often the deck loses to itself, like its power base, and you get a variety of opponents in the Gauntlet, which aren't as weak as people think once you actually get to a certain iteration.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
So, yeah, I just like it. It's a pretty chilled experience. Ranked can get a bit hectic for me sometimes. Yeah. I have been rank one before, but I was never been something that I've chased as such. I do prefer the open deckless format that tournaments provide when I want to do competitive.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Do you still do that? You used to do what you would call the gauntlet test, where if it didn't 7-0 3 gauntlets in a row, you would say the deck was bad. Do you still have that
I
rule?
mean, it's this. It's not necessarily that the deck is bad. It's just that there's something maybe not functioning with it, and there are some archetypes that are just substantially weaker in Gauntlet than others.
Yeah.
Your general mid range is great in Gauntlet, whereas aggro and stuff like can struggle a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, I'm just gonna go take a dex like through a gauntlet to see if I can go 21-0 and.
Yeah, I mean, Gauntlet gives me some good ideas as well. Sometimes, speaking of ideas, like the new deck we're going to talk about potentially came from Gauntlet, just playing Gauntlet.
Yeah. And then I'll just go on Eternal War Cry and I'm like, yeah, this deck is trash. It lost one game in Gauntlet, and it's like, oh man,
So,
it's not good.
while we've got you, not to stray too far from the topic at hand, but while I've got you, your other true love in gaming is if you are friends with SecondBlue on Discord, you will see most of his gaming time has been reserved for car soccer. I call it car soccer so much that I don't remember the name of the game.
It's Rocket League. Yeah.
Rocket League, that's what it's called.
Yeah. I mean, it used to be League of Legends before that, but everyone's played that game. Yeah, no, I just I like to have a card game, and I like to have a game that is a bit more less luck based. You know, puts a bit more dexterous.
Yeah.
Hey,
so,
Rocket.
Yeah,
Rocket League's
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah, it's good fun. It's good fun.
Cool.
Sitting it around the champion rank at the moment, which isn't as high as you can go, but it's high enough.
You'll get there, big guy.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us what you think about the new set. Thoughts on the new set? What decks do you like? What decks do you want to see?
Yeah, I think I've already explained that. Like in terms of draft, I think the new set's great. Really enjoy it. In terms of constructed, I'm a little disappointed because it doesn't cater to the kind of decks I like to play. Which are generally just like overstated stuff in the best configuration possible. And yeah, there's not a lot of that in this set, I find. There's not really too many good mid-range bodies around in this new set. There's a lot more synergies, a lot more combos, which is cool. But in terms of competitiveness, might not quite make the cut. We've still got a bit of time to see if anything does arise. But overall, I'm genuinely on the side of I feel like some of the stuff from set 4 is still stronger.
Yeah.
You say overstated stuff, but you're like the Grenadin master.
Yeah, and Gear Crunch gave you like a 20/20 for 7.
All right, that's fair.
And also Scrap Tank was like the most overstated card in the game once you got him going.
It's infinitely large.
Yeah. It's good. Yeah, I think there's a few standout cards though that are really good. We've obviously got Hojin, we've got Peaks, we've got Zhou, Brell's pretty good. Avagath is a really strong card that people are just now starting to realize that like it's like a Slay but for any Justice deck. And it also stops recursion. And the downside of like them removing it is just like they get a 3/3 flyer that probably doesn't have that much impact at the point of which they're removing it. So yeah, there's definitely some good stuff, some solid cards. Just not in the archetypes that I like to play, to be honest.
Okay.
Cool. And so, all right, let's go on to our deck of the week. How about that? Because I'm excited for you guys to talk about this because I played, I think 3 or 4 games with this last night. The first 2 games with this deck, I lost because I never drew any Justice influence in my first 2 games. Even though I drew like 15 cards, I just never drew any Justice influence. But the third game, when I got Justice influence, I won. So it's this is a cool deck. So anyway, I'm pulling up here. But who wants to talk about this? Because I can't talk about it because I'm still learning this. I have a couple comments to make about it. This is my few games, but Bassoon or SecondBlue, which one?
Take it away, Bassoon. So,
all right. I've played this game probably. This is the most that the deck I played the most since the new expansion came out, just because it functions, and I've pretty much only been playing on my stream, and so I just want to play like stuff that exists and try to have more than a 30% win rate in front of 200 people. So the way that it works is you've basically got like a somewhat controlling plan early where you just have torches and Avigraft and Vanquishes and Hailstorms, and you just draw cards. And then you have the 8 merchant plan, and then Howling Peak plus Westwind Herald plus Iceberg Scattershot out of the market is basically your whole late game. So you can do the Westwind Herald combo with Iceberg Scattershot out of your market. You don't have any mirror images in the deck, but Howling Peak plays a mirror image for free.
Mm-hmm.
And you can kind of time when that happens, or you can just blow the mirror image and have it in your void. I really like just having 8 merchants to shuffle in cards in and out of your hand. I have played way more treasure troves from Zoe than I have actually cast Zoes, just because I think the real value of Zoe. SecondBlue mentioned this earlier, but you don't really have any must-remove cards other than Zoe in the deck, so casting him for 7 just to trade it for a Vanquish out of your opponent's hand is like a big waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
But just shuffling and making your strategizes easy and making your market decisions easy is the real power of Zoe. So it's kind of a dirtle, I guess, is that you're just drawing cards and killing stuff until you can Howling Peak, Westwind Herald, Scattershot combo.
I think my favorite main deck card in this is the 2 main deck boar in this. I was either that's coming so useful just having it already, or just trading it away with a merchant and then pulling it back again later. Because a lot of times I found out, like with the 1 board in the market, you use it and then they either play the Cauldron again or they play, another thing. You're like, man, I wish I had another board. Well, guess what? You got plenty of them in this deck, and so it feels like. Plus with the Avigrate card or the Avigraft card, that's seen a lot of play. That's just the board just makes that just really nice.
I had a game once this week where I played boar 5 times in 1 turn and then put it in my market and then got it out again with a mirror image later in the game and played it again.
That is beautiful. Mm-hmm. That is beautiful. I've done that. Not in this set, but before the set, where I played board and then I threw it back in my market with a merchant just so I could grab it again. I felt like really smart when I did that because I pulled it out again. It was like, I have it again. It's just like type of thing. But it's a fun deck. It's good. What do you think, SecondBlue?
Yeah, I think it's definitely fine. I think that only a single Iceberg Scattershot with no recursion means that the combo is a lot more fragile in an open format where, like, he's obviously played this a lot in ladder and done well with it. But if you have removal ready for the Scattershot, that's his only Scattershot, and then it's done. Right?
Yeah.
And the combo can't happen again. It's also interesting to me that this version completely neglects having a Moloch Nakova. That card is just like so nice with Howling Peak because you can be on 7 power going into your turn, and then you Howling Peak the Caleb's Favor, which will give you the power, activate your Spark, and then you drop your Moloch Nakova. So that curve is really nice. I imagine he's left it out because there's just not enough room. So I'm not sure if I prefer this one over the version that has Moloch Nakovas and stuff, but it's obviously done very well for him.
Mm-hmm.
I think Howling Peak is one of the standout cards, and brewing around that is a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Howling Peak. Go ahead, Bassoon.
I think the only place you could fit Mullet in this deck is in place of the Burn Them All in the market, and I actually get a lot of value when I play the deck with playing the Burn Them All out of the market and then just like recurring it for free with Westwind Herald and then getting the amplifies. So I don't know which one's better. It probably depends on the meta, but Burn Them All has been performing really well right now, especially because it can hit sites.
That's the biggest thing. That is so big right now. Hitting the sites, like Rizon can hit sites, Burn Them All can, but when Howling Peak comes down, it's kind of like the race where I've had people just concede when Howling Peak comes down and they can't attack it, and I have like a dude or two protecting it, and they may kill my first minion, then I throw a couple more minions down just to protect the Howling Peaks, and they just concede because they know either I have the combo or I'm just going to get so much value from it that they're just not going to be able to deal with it. And just given it gives every time you play a minion, it gives it 3 plus 3 health, right? Is that it?
Yeah. Just for that turn. Yeah.
That's huge. That's really huge, and which is insane. Which makes this really strong, where it can survive. Your minions can survive combat better and everything. So it's just, I don't know. It's like it's definitely the strongest sight.
I agree.
Out of all of them, and I think this is I was discussing with someone on Twitter that this probably could see a balance change. I could see this one getting a balance change if it
I would be surprised. It's definitely the best site, but I don't think it's overpowered.
No, I don't think it's overpowered. I just think that someone could find a way to break it more than, I don't know, because it's just the cards in it are really good. The mirror image, and then you can I don't know. There's like a lot of good things this thing does.
Yeah, I know that Almost is playing a shadow version with Genève Peak. I think it's fine though. I think like the deck archetype didn't really exist before this card, and I think the cards around it like aren't overly that strong. Like I think I think just a generally solid time mid-range deck that dodges Hailstorm, dodges Torch, doesn't care about Bore, like will just attack through merchants so that you can't play Howling Peak ever. Like, will shut down this kind of deck quite. So I don't feel like it's overly oppressive to any particular archetype. Not like FJS can be oppressive, which is the other meta deck that we got. Like FJS got, I think, like 3 really good cards.
Yes, they did. Yeah, I saw like the day after the set release. I was just pretty much, I was playing FGS, so I was part of the problem, but it was pretty much, 7 mirrors in a row, pretty much, with like different versions of FGS, maybe slightly, but the new cards with like Joe, and then I can't remember the other cards that were in there. There was the merchant, the black green merchant, the smuggler, smuggler, and then
you can put Avagath in it, and you can put Brel in it, and you've got the cargoes in it. So there's plenty of good new cards to play. I don't begrudge anyone for playing that archetype right now, because it probably got the most new cards for it, so it's fun.
Yeah, and Vara is still really good, so playing Vara in that deck is still really good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. So anything else with this deck we want to talk about?
No, the reason we highlighted it, I don't think we ever said it actually. Mr. No Time Man played that last week to rank 1. So we just wanted to highlight a new archetype that didn't exist before this week that is performing very well on ladder.
Yes, for sure.
The FJP colors, they felt strong at the end of set 4, but after they took away Icaria, it was kind of like, how do we finish the game kind of thing. And this Herald combo with peak value seems to be a good answer to that.
For sure. All right, let's go on. We're gonna probably play a couple matches with this deck at the end of the cast, so stick around for that. All right, let's go on to. We got a few last things to close out the show. Let me bring this up here. All right, we have a new podcast review on iTunes. So I wanna read this for you guys. No, hey, Basoon, do you want to read this? I'll let you do the honors. Do you have the show notes there? Right. I threw it in the show notes.
Yeah. I'm looking at it.
Go ahead.
All right, we have a hot podcast review on iTunes from Totino's Pizza, the illustrious, industrious company. I can't believe the very concept of pizza rolls is watching our show.
Oh, wow.
So thank you very much for the nice review. It's Totino's writes. After coming back to the game, I've been longing for a podcast to fill the void of podcasts to further my knowledge of the game. Why are you here then? Why are you listening to us if you're looking for knowledge?
I don't know.
The hosts are very entertaining to listen to while offering plenty of information to help further your skills in the game. Totino's has now lied to you twice. I look forward to seeing how this podcast develops over the coming months/years. I do too, Totino's. Thank you very much for your kind lives.
Thank you. That was awesome. So if like I said, please leave us a review and we will read it on the podcast. But I think he's talking about the knowledge of the game. I think it's the guests we bring on that give the knowledge. We just kind of,
if I have one skill, it's surrounding myself with people smarter than me. That is my greatest skill in life.
That is a good skill. And anyway, let's go on. So thank you, Totino's. I appreciate the review. All right, let's do our sign off shout outs and where to find us. SecondBlue. Where can they find you on Twitch? They can find you. Yeah, you give us a shout out where they can find you. We know you're not on Twitter, but you know.
I'm pretty elusive. I'll be around most Twitch chats. If you really want to find me, you can do it through the Discord. I'm part of the Eternal Discord, part of SPG Discord. I'm in BB's Discord, so yeah, you can probably best place to catch me is on BB's Discord, but you will see me shouting random nonsense in Twitch chat anyway. So
just go to an Eternal stream and say, "Hey, SecondBlue, I need to talk to you," and he'll pop up. You know, it's kind of like
most ETS weeklies I'll be a part of as well. If you ever want to see me perform, me and Xenorath have an under the table deal. He puts me on stream quite often. So.
Awesome.
Paying him an influence.
All right, Bassoon, what about you?
You can follow me on Twitter at HumanVenipede. I only tweet memes and things and pictures of my dog at Direwolf Digital.
That is true.
You can follow my stream at twitch.tv/BassoonBuffoon. I only play memes and get mad when they don't work. If you would like to join my Discord, where I talk to all the people who watch my stream angrily, you can go to my Twitch chat and type !Discord, and you can come yell at me in text there. There's lots of avenues for you to yell at me on the internet. I've created a lot of ways for people to tell me I suck. So take advantage of any of those today.
Yes. You can find me on Twitter at WhatTheDeckHS. You can find me on the From the Void Discord. You can find me in BB's Discord as well, and the Internal Discord. Pretty much any of the internal Discords, I will be there. Don't forget, you can follow at From the Void Cast on Twitter to keep updates about the show. If you're into Hearthstone, our sister cast is at HeroPower_cast. Our producer and a couple other good friends of ours do that show about Hearthstone. Our website is FromTheVoidPodcast.com, so you can find out all the past episodes, our links to our Discord, and pretty much all the other stuff in there. Don't forget to join our Discord. I've been saying that a lot. It's a lot of fun in there. And then that is it for this week. We will join you. We will see you again next week. At least I will. Bassoon is taking a week off. He is locking himself up and enjoying the week off. So
this is my last one of the year. I'll see you guys in 2019.
Yes. But I will be back next week. I am doing a special post-Christmas cast with everyone. So you can so don't worry. There'll be a show next week. And anyway, so that is it. Thank you for watching. SecondBlue, huge thank you for coming on the show this week.
Yeah,
we really appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for inviting me.
No problem. No problem. We'll definitely have you get on again, and maybe we'll talk about draft more next time because I need to learn about it. And so anyway, this has been From the Void Podcast. We'll see you next week. From the Void.
Hey guys, this is Avantes, producer for From the Void and Hero Power. I just wanted to take a moment and ask you a couple of questions and tell you about this really great new service. Do you love playing Eternal? Do you think you would make a good Eternal coach? Are you looking for a way to earn a little side money? Well, there's a great new service called gameflip.com/gigs. It's a great way to turn your skills into cash, whether it's helping people with deck design in Eternal or coaching someone on how to get to Masters. GameFlip will match you with someone looking for your specific skill set and get you paid. Right now, if you sign up during the beta, you can earn an extra 10% on every gig that you work. So basically, if you help somebody by giving them a few minutes of your time and teaching them to build a deck, they pay you $10, you get $1 back absolutely free. If you do multiple jobs that earn you $100, you get $10 back free. Absolutely. On top of that, it builds to a maximum of $1,000 back on every gig that you do. So 10% of every gig right back into your pocket as a bonus. If this sounds like something that might interest you, then head over to gameflip.com/gigs, apply for the beta. You get to set your rates, you get to set your gigs. All of it is under your control, and it's all backed by the GameFlip guarantee. So check it out, sign up, and let them know you heard about it right here on From the Void.